Hello, it is December the 18th again. I'm doing a second video. I had this one already queued up, so I figured I'd go ahead and get it out of the way. It's another Brandon Williams Brandon Joe video. And this one is talking about license plates and whether or not you have to have the license plates on your car or not. So we'll let him ramble on, which he's extremely good at rambling, to show you what he's doing, and then I want to talk about what the law actually says, so we can get into some of this.
You want to call it traveling versus driving, or commercial driving versus non-commercial driving, or whatever you want to fucking call it. I don't give a fuck. I don't say traveling versus driving because specifically I don't know about the whole traveling thing. All I know is driving is commercial, non-driving is non-commercial. So here we go. This is going to be a full background of everything that I do. And if I see fucking anyone saying any fucking bullshit about anything, they're getting blocked immediately, permanently, and for life. And there will be no fucking anything. So if you're watching...
So this is a common theme that I see with all of these guys. They don't have any knowledge about what they're talking about. They're just repeating what other people are saying. Brandon does go and research definitions and present stuff. I'll give him credit for, he is, spending a little bit of time researching some of this stuff. But the problem is I don't think he understands exactly what the relationship between the federal government and the states are. And so he makes assumptions based on UCC or USC code, and uses definitions over there, and then tries to imply that those definitions apply to the states. In reality, they have, if the state code adopts federal regulation, generally speaking, the states go in and redefine most of these words that Brandon is referring to in his diatribes. And he doesn't acknowledge that. And again, I have put forth this information to him, asking him to clarify some of the stuff, and nothing. He doesn't bother. He does respond with his little emoji goofy crap that I don't understand, but he doesn't actually address the situation. So he's forcing me to have to address it in this manner because there's no other way to get people to understand that some of the stuff that he's saying may or may not be true. So, but the interesting part is that if you question him, he's going to block you. And he's, just like Yusuf-El, he's another. In fact, Yusuf-El is in a whole nother category alone. Like, there's no one. I have a lot of respect for Yusuf-El. He's an extremely intelligent guy, but he does this same shit. If you question me or you think that I'm, you know more than I do, he wants to show everybody that he's God, and he charges. Now, Brandon doesn't charge. Yusuf-El charges freaking boatloads of money for every single question. I won't say boatloads of money. He charges money to be able to have any kind of conversation with him at all. So if he's wrong, you have to pay him to tell him that he's wrong. And chances are he's not going to take the meeting, or he's going to, do what he does to me in his comments. He tries to, tell me I'm not smart enough to be able to operate at his level. And that's the end of the conversation. He doesn't actually elaborate on my points. He just tries to say that I'm too stupid to understand the facts. These are the kind of people that we're getting information from, and as a result, it makes me ask a lot of questions, and you'll see why here in just a moment.
This, and you want to fucking talk shit, you can ask questions. I may respond, I may not, but if you want to talk shit, your control arms in the back. It's stupid. Okay? It's got coilovers. It's got header string coilovers. It's got rear lower control arms, rear adjustable upper control arms. It has a one-piece aluminum Ford Racing drive shaft.
I just want to say, he goes on forever about how great his car is, and so I'm going to skip over as much of this stuff as I can.
I had a different drive shaft for that shit. Supercharger myself. The free course. These are pretty loud, and I've never seen anyone really use them, and I'm kind of relieved because it's just kind of combative, right? This is back when I shot the course videos, which is in, what is it, June? Hey, what's up, man? Back in June, what was it, like June, May, and May and June of 2022, right, when we had these, right? Here's the front plates. So it was, in the course, it was this one and this one. It's cool. I just, I wouldn't, unless you really are ready for some roadside verbal battles with some police, I wouldn't really get it. Then we have these, which came a little bit later, okay? They're cool. I mean, I don't know if I ever really showed you guys these or whatever, but on the very bottom, it looks very similar to a Florida plate, but the way that the background is, it kind of like fucks up the number.
So I want to kind of clarify something. So the earlier plates that he's showing, you could put those on your car. You're going to, like he said, you're going to probably get stopped and you're going to have some altercations. Doing what he's suggesting you do here, where he's made this car tag up, and I guess he's doing like the services that you can go to and make up a car tag and they'll print them up for you. But I will say that one of the things that will get you in trouble is trying to make something look authentic, where you're actually taking logos and information from the state and trying to make a tag that looks like a state tag but isn't. So I would never recommend going and printing your own tag and trying to make it look like a state tag or a federal government tag. That, if anything that's going to get you in trouble, that will get you in trouble. So I would be careful with that particular approach.
So it's like you can tell it's not really that great, and like if anyone would have like looked kind of closely and they knew a Florida plate, they would notice that there's something kind of strange. So this is the plate on the car now. You have to get down and really show it. This is so we have the Department of State, which is a completely non-patented. Anyone can use this. I looked it up before I used it because I didn't want to get in trouble for some kind of weird patent. Now, the original diplomatic plates that are available from the Department of State are for motor vehicles only, commercial motor vehicles. If you look on those plates, the Department of State symbol is kind of cocked a little bit, like maybe like 12 degrees. So I cocked it the same way. You have the same red thing, just like you'd have in the United States.
So again, what he has done is he has gone and gotten a motor vehicle tag or the number, and the way they got videos up there that they walk through how to actually go get that tag or get the number, where they literally tell you to do illegal things to get it. And then he's making his tag look like an official diplomatic tag. Like he's literally copying what the tag looks like and making his tag look the same way with his special number on there that he's gotten. I don't know. I would assume that this is illegal as hell. And the guy, if he ever got pulled over, I would assume that they would probably fine him and put him in jail for, attempting to mimic something that was an official plate or an official document or, whatever. So I would definitely, absolutely not recommend following this guy's direction. Now, you can also assume from looking at his other tags that he's just making shit up. He's got like 6 sets of tags that he's put on his car. The cops can't keep up with him because his tag changes every week. But he's only been doing this stuff since 2022, and this is just something that I would not recommend any of you actually go and follow. Maybe he can get away with it, but he's not going to show you any code that shows that this is what you're supposed to be doing. So I'd be very careful with this approach.
Nations. Then you have the Amnesty Coalition. This is my DOT private motor carrier DOT number. Ambassador at large, non-commercial automobile. In the HOV, high occupancy vehicle lane. I drive wherever the fuck I want. It's loud as fuck. It's totally insane. 800 horsepower. And I drive with these plates. I've been driving with these plates for like a month and a half, 2 months. No issues. Cops behind me, everything. Now, we're done with the car. Now we're going to go to the motorcycle. This is a 2023 Triumph Speed Triple 1200 RS. It is absolutely glorious. It is so much faster than that car. It is probably 3 to 4 times faster than that car. This, so there you go. Now, you might think to yourself, oh, does Brandon drive around in fucking shorts and Toms and a t-shirt like a fucking retard? No, I do not. I drive around with a full Triumph. So you can bring the camera in here and you can show them. You can show them that it's got the 3 pedals. And then you can come over.
So this is the guy that people are following. I mean, he's the guy is. I mean, like this whole video, which was supposed to be my personal automobile and plate situation. You would assume he was going to talk about his DMV plates and that kind of stuff, but instead he's bragging about his car and showing that he can drive a clutch and he's got a motorcycle. Woohoo! So that's pretty much all there is to this particular video. My big point is these guys, and he's got a cohort that works with him on this plate thing, and I'm going to be addressing his video in my next video because it's quite hilarious as well. But just be careful when you're following these people because they're just making this shit up. There's no legal backing behind what they're doing. It's quite crazy.